Welcome to Heavy Rain, folks. I am Rifkin, casting today with my lovely partner in crime, Zombie Grub. And this is the Kaspersky King of the Hill Arena. There's €1,000 up for grabs in the total prize pool today, but this round in particular is worth 300 for this best of 5, and Grubby is one game from closing it out. Essentially €100 per match. Spawning in the top left corner of the map, though, it is the Protoss player leading the series, the independent player known as Grubby.
And in the bottom right, as the blue Terran, it is Krass.
Yeah, hailing from the team Neurosoft, representing up here. We got some European action going on, guys, and Krass has just been struggling, but let's be honest, we're talking about Krass perhaps being the one with special tactics, but it's really been Grubby coming at him with just, like, not necessarily weird tactics or cheesy tactics, but things that I guarantee you Krass is not accustomed to fighting. Again, Phoenixes, much less like 9 of them, that's not a common strategy in PvT, and not one that Krass has likely seen on the ladder too much.
Yeah, definitely a lot more rare than your standard stuff. Now, Grubby has gone for a Stargate the last 2 games. It's safe to say that he'll probably go for it the 3rd game, but will he be doing those mind games that we saw against Chachi? Like, will he even feel like he needs to? Is the real question, because it's been so effective last 2 games anyways, like just doing same old, same old.
I think he's got to be feeling pretty confident. I mean, that last game, honestly, the engagement was pretty close for Krass, but that was like the scariest it got, right? Like, Grubby's been able to just sit back and do what he wants. There's been no real harass. Widow mines were cleaned up like there were nothing at all. That drop, I mean, the snipe on the medevac, I mean, nothing has really been putting Grubby in a situation where I think he's sweating at all. Like, he's probably just very comfortably playing StarCraft 2 right now.
Yeah, the only situation that would have was all that early aggression from Cross with the 1 base, but it didn't do anything. So he's probably feeling really great. You know, I can deflect anything you can throw at me. I mean, what else can you really do that's really aggressive from a Terran player? A 2-Rex.
Well, that's what we were talking about before in the past too, like where there's not as many all-in like options available to you. But Grubby has snuck a probe up here. He's gonna do something sneaky. No, it's okay. He's just trying to be harassive.
Yeah, I really like / hate Protoss is just keep that probe over there. The Reaper's always gonna go straight across the map, come in with the probe, kill the SCV, or at least stop it from building the command center.
Yep, there is no I don't know, there's only 2 things in StarCraft 2 that make me mad personally. Like, I don't care about getting cheese done, I don't care if someone BMs me, but when you're trying to build a command center, nice pick up of the probe, Reaper comes back for that, but when you're trying to build a command center or any building in general and you're like getting harassed by workers, you're just like, oh my god, I hate trying to deal with this. The other's like when you're trying to like sync up your like micro the mineral patches that are closest to you, and like it's all good, and then your SCVs just leave for no reason. Like, there's no reason.
I hate that so much. I'm just like, everything's looking good and pretty, and then it leaves, and I'm like, why?
It's like,
I would quit.
oh, I was talking about it on stream last night too. It's kind of like a Zen garden where you're supposed to rake the sand and have like a calming mind, and the SCVs like sync up perfectly, and then for no reason the sand just blows up in your face. You're like, why did you move off that mineral patch? Anyways, ship core coming across the map. There's actually currently not enough Marines to deal with this right now. Will be in just a second, but the Reaper scouting this is actually kind of a big deal because maybe he wasn't planning to produce the extra Marines right away. But yeah, 2 at a time is not going to cut it. 4 certainly will. You need 3. 3 is the magic number, guys, to take on a mothership core.
Yeah, Grubby's gonna try and get some like scouting, maybe some pod shots, as you can see. He's really trying to dance around, but you have to be so careful. The acceleration and the movement speed, like all is bad for the mothership core. Just gotta be really careful. We'll go ahead and run away.
I'm not too shocked to see Blink come out of Grubby on this map. This is a really great choice for how seriously massive the openings are in the base. I mean, so many different angles to Blink in from.
That's I think there's like 1, 2, 3. I think there might be 4 angles where you can actually jump in, and there's like, you have to have bunkers in each position. It's very, very annoying.
Yeah, and if the Reaper had gone across the map instead of sitting at home, we may have seen this coming a little bit sooner, which means we could have had a siege tank, could have had the tech lab, could have had something out of it to deal with this, but just pure bio is always kind of the roughest way to deal with any sort of Blink, and you know, you can see the Twilight Council researching. So Krass now knows what's up. And I imagine a little bit in his head, he's just rolling his eyes like, really? Okay, great. Like, Blink.
Well, you know what's interesting is that his SimCity is very, very good against Blink all-ins. Like, he is well aware that Blink is a good build on this map, having played tons of games. So by doing this, he doesn't have to worry about putting bunkers near the edge. You know, he can just put 2
That's a good point,
bunkers
yeah.
closed around his command center, and it'll protect everything, as opposed to when they jump up, run around the bunker, and then suddenly you're screwed.
Yep. Well, the factory on the way is going to be incredibly late. That siege tank is not coming out anytime soon. Marauders and Stem are going to be incredibly necessary for this, and I don't know. Maybe he won't go for the siege tank. Might just go straight for the medevacs. But either way, he knows that the blink all in is coming. For Grubby, he doesn't necessarily have to invest into this now. It's been revealed, sure, but continuing to cone it out really says to me that he really wants to still utilize it one way or another. Yeah, even a probe coming across the map, laying down pylons.
Yeah, 6 gateways, pretty pretty investing into it, you know. So you're right though. He could have just been like, well, he scouted it, but you always have to be afraid that it is the all-in. You can never be like, oh, he's lying, and then push out because your army will die.
Well, Grubby's a really mannered guy. I wouldn't expect him to lie.
Exactly. So, you know, even if you don't go for the all-in, they're going to be expecting it. They're going to be cautious, and you can get a good, like, you know, minute, 2 minutes, maybe sometimes even longer, where they're just so afraid to push out that you actually get like storm behind like 6 stalkers.
Oh god,
And that's
four more gateways finishing up here. Sorry, just to mention, the Reaper. The SCV gets
confirmed. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good confirmation as well.
You know, Widow wouldn't be too bad to produce out of the factory, but of course he needs the reactor a little more importantly, sadly. But first blink comes up. He's definitely got the units to deal with this initial attack. Time Warp is going to be frustrating. Oh, you know what? Grubby could actually probably force field between the Stargate or Starport and the ramp if he really wanted to be abusive with this. I think that's in range of force fields.
Starport's really annoying. There. Yeah, interesting that he warped in so many sentries. But they are effective. They definitely can be always going to
they're going to bust the bunker. Oh, he forces out the ramp too. Chokes us out entirely. SCVs are going to be stranded, sadly.
Well, he can still protect them, sort of. You know,
Kind
if they're
of.
close enough to the edge.
Yeah, but even then, that's still debatable, right?
Don't push down. Like, that's the worst thing you can do. I know it looks tempting, but don't do it.
Yeah, then you get segmented off twice from the back. And Krass, don't be at the ramp like this, man. Grubby sees this. He knows he's
he's trying to protect whatever SCVs he can, but there's so many force fields. He actually force fields so they can't.
No retreat at all. All right, so loses a lot of everything. My call with Zombie Grub appears to be dying, so Zombie Grub, if you can hear me, maybe I'll get you to recall me real quick.
Yep.
Anyways, at the ramp here, the fight is going to go on, and unfortunately for Krass, he's attacking his own command center for some reason. That is a misclick and a half. Oh, or not command center, his barracks is going to burn down. That was the one with the tac lab on it, guys. It wasn't researching anything, but that was the one for the Marauders, so a big misclick at the end. Yikes. Here, I'll get you recall me real quick before I swapped out a game screen.
Yep.
But that's going to be €300 for Grubby. Oh, let's get Zombie Grub open again. €300 for Grubby, guys, with a quick 3-0. He'll move on to fight against Hero Marine in the final round.